Hello there, internet friends. Today we've got another exciting 10 versus 10 here in Tannenberg, and I will be playing as the 2ID. And I'm pretty excited about this. I don't play the American divisions that often from what you've seen. If I do, usually doesn't go great, but I'm being super aggressive. I'm going to be trying to attack this town, see what I can take back here in their spawn area, basically. So what I'm bringing in to start are some Rangers. Got a bunch of Ranger teams, 81mm radio mortar, these Ranger T30 HMCs. These guys are great. Honestly, I feel like they perform better than they should when I've used them. They also have radios too. And then M10A1 tank destroyers, which these guys are 80 points. So they're kind of pricey for a tank destroyer, but they do work very well. So Ranger team starting to get engaged already, the leader team who is in the faster vehicle. My intention was to get guys into this town quickly, however, the Germans, the French LVF were able to get in there first, and they also have a MG42 heavy machine gun on my left. So my Marauders are killed, so I lose my AT support down this road, and my snipers are cut out in the open. I have to get these guys out of their ducks back over here so they don't get mowed down. Now the Ranger LMGs have two Browning 1919s, which I think are fairly effective. I'm moving forward these T30s pretty aggressively, but you see over here we've got a captured Stalin tank, which is going to cause some issues. No anti-air yet, as you can tell by our UB2. I'll take that back. There's an 88 right here. He's moved up a Pack 40 dangerously. He gets a penetration on my T30, and he does knock him out, so that's a bummer. I've got an M4 tank here as well, backing up these M10A1s, and I've got these Ranger troops coming in. We've got artillery coming down on the Ranger teams over here, so I had moved these guys with the flamethrowers and grease guns and Thompsons kind of around, because going this way would have been suicide. Shells landing very close to all my armored vehicles. Got to move those guys around. And I've got my mortars falling on this Pack 40 now. And so really want to take him out so I don't risk losing these M10A1s, because again, they're pretty expensive. I mean, the M4A1 is 10 points less, and it's a tank with 3 machine guns. Mortar's taking fire.
Ready to fire.
I believe he took a casualty. Can't remember if these are 3 or 4 made. No, not yet. Just suppression. And my Ranger LMG team's taking suppression, probably casualties as well. We're dealing with some outdated Panzer IIIs who should get nuked pretty fast if we don't get fire from our right flank. Pack 40s are suppressed. Ranger leader keeping them pinned down with this M1 Garand. And gonna fire some mortars over here. T30 firing at this Panzer III gets a penetration. These guys have heat shells, so they can do 90 mils, and they kill each other. So lost 2 of these half tracks with their howitzers on them, but I've got a couple more. So my initial strategy with this deck is kind of like shock and awe, using mortars and Rangers to try to take territory. Not going exactly as planned, as most of my Rangers have been casualties. I'm keeping 2 back. Looks like he might be trying to make a move down here as he's smoking the roadway here. I'm bringing in additional Ranger teams, back these guys up. Looks like he's bringing up a T-34. That Pack 40 still alive, but he does go down to T-34 85 over here. Got an MG42 on the right flank. I'm going to mortar that with my 81s. And I'm bringing in another leader card. I only get 2. It's kind of a bummer.
Get down. It's going to blow.
And these M10A1 tank destroyers, they don't have a ton of shells of HE, but blast isn't even that great either, to be honest. It's something. So I'm using his smoke to try to advance into the town, since he's been so gracious as to smoke the way for me. And my Ranger team
Sir.
getting some engagement here against these LVF. And the reinforcements are coming in, making it into the town. And they should be able to make good work of these
Info ready.
LVF
Down. It's
infantry.
gonna blow.
I kept one in reserve in case you tried rushing through with a bunch of equipment. You never know what people are going to do. That's what makes fighting against humans more fun than AI, because AI is just kind of predictable. So, looks like we're dealing with some more armored cars here. Definitely dangerous to these guys, because all they have are flamethrowers to deal with them. And I can't really advance this M4A1, because we've got the Stalin here. Flamethrowers firing away at the 204. Having to move these guys out as they start to take fire from the Stalin. But the 204 is destroyed. I don't know what killed them.
We're all dead.
If you guys saw that, maybe it was the Sherman.
Take cover.
Trying to get these guys out, and the 81mm mortar shells are coming in. Still have my tank destroyer up over here, and I'm moving another one around. Should be able to take some of these guys out. We spot some LVF recon teams. Unfortunately, I've only got 5 rounds left of 81 shells, but I did bring in a second one. I'm bringing in more tank destroyers to try to deal with his armor. We're taking fire from the 76.2 as well. I'm trying to keep these guys, these M10s, moving around a little bit and hidden. Really wants to take out my tank destroyers. And HS-129 coming in, taking tons of 50 cal fire. Managed to take out the T-30, but he is pushed off by the 50 cal fire. Actually useful now in getting enemies to retreat, which used to not be the case. So actually some use out of the M2 Browning AA guns. And the M10 is destroyed. I'm not sure who killed him. It's probably the Stalin right here. Get a shot off with our M10, and I'm going to retreat right away because these guys aren't made for direct engagements. They're made for ambushing. That's what I'm going to try to do. And our T-34 guy who's trying to advance here gets ambushed by our M10. Still leaving the M4 here in sort of an ambush position because the Stalin. And I'm pushing them off with 81mm mortars. So I've got 3 mortar teams now. 65 points for a very accurate 81mm mortar fire. I think it's a pretty good deal. Brought them in relatively close, and the blast is significant. It's 4,100 some change. So that second Ranger team, since my other ones got wiped out, I'm moving them forward. I still have my LMG teams covering our left flank here. We've got another one here in the center. And we've got some T-34s helping out to take out our MG-42 that we're dealing with over here. He's out of position right now, trying to avoid getting shot at by the tanks, but not helping, and the tanks and mortar fire take him down. So the Ranger teams here are going to easily take out these Landshützen. And we're dealing with some light tanks, the M4, getting shots off, and we're at such a range that they're going to bounce off that frontal plate. I don't think they're going to get a penetration on 90 mils of frontal with these door knockers. He's moving his Stalin back up, though, so that's definitely dangerous. So I'm having to retreat my M10A1. It's just like playing peekaboo. I'm retreating the M4A1 too, and he luckily misses on the first shot. I have my stabilizers, so I am getting hits, but I'm trying to get out of sight. He's still reloading to hit me, which means he can see. And I finally get out of sight, so that saves me 70 points there. Moving in another M4A1. Hopefully you guys had a chance to look at who's playing today. I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. And we're winning right now. We've got 1 extra flag. And me and Sergor 213 are trying to push ahead. Looks like on our further right flank, we've moved up pretty good. This area can be challenging, but we've managed to push ahead. This tree line right here usually is full of enemy equipment. And so he has a ton of disheartened troops. Should be easy to get them to flee with the Ranger flamethrowers if I don't get shelled. And I'm doing that to him because, again, I've got triple mortars. And it looks like he's going to try to march out in the open on my left flank. And he doesn't realize that I have these light machine gun teams. I brought in a sniper. And my M4, my second M4 is in position now to provide fire support against these guys. And it looks like we're going to be dealing with an anti-tank gun, which I should be redirecting my mortars to. So, looks like this guy's getting in danger close to that Flak 43. And the Rangers just chipping away at these guys. Ooh, tank destroyer getting fired on by a Pak 40 way out there. Also starting to do IG-290 rounds at him too. And we managed to get out of the way quickly enough. I am bringing in M3 howitzer, 105s. I will say I'm a bit... Oh, my T-30 gets nuked back. I'm surprised he saw him, to be honest, but looks like he's got recon right here. So this is... And my M4 is destroyed by the Pak 40. That's a big bummer. My mortar's coming in and getting directed on target a little late. So I do have a M3 howitzer. These things are awesome. They have as a bigger blast than the 81mm mortars. They fire, I'm sorry, I didn't look at that, but they fire at 6 rounds a minute, which isn't terrible. Rangers getting pushed back by the Tiger way back here.
Ryan, get down.
But I do have my other Ranger team here, holding them from advancing into the buildings. Got a friendly flamethrower team committing suicide. I have my Rangers moved up, and then I did bring in another LMG team, but they're taking tons of fire from the Tigers and MG42s, so probably not going to last, but we do have these T-34s backing us up to keep these land shooting off. So yeah, I mean, this is a bit too bunched up. A really experienced player probably would have just been shelling the heck out of this position. Did we get that flag? No, we haven't gotten that flag yet, but we're at 1410. While there's a slight lull here, let's go look around. Wow, we managed to push all the way up here. That's pretty good. This is...
If the tank is hit, we're all
This is
dead.
great. This is hard to do, especially when you're going against Panthers and Tigers. That's really good. I'm kind of surprised we managed to do that.
Get down. It's gonna
Looks
blow.
like we lost the forest, but I think these guys probably quit or disconnected. There's no activity, and maybe it happened on the other side too. Really good pushes over here too.
Medic!
And it looks like on the far left we're not doing so well. So overall, the team in general doing a good job to advance into enemy territory. Starting to take Nebelwerfer
Ryan,
fire.
get down.
Trying to hit my M4 Sherman. And I've got M5s I'm moving in. Definitely not using the hunt command.
Another one bites the dust.
Nebelwerfer fire maybe too far away to really
Take
hit their
cover,
target.
Lieutenant.
Gets my leaders pinned
Under
down.
fire.
And I'm moving these M5s up again with the move order because I don't want them to stop and get nuked by this Tiger. Snipers have been moved up to the building, firing away at that 290 along with my mortars. And my howitzer takes a direct hit, takes 2
Another one
casualties.
bites the dust.
T-34 is destroyed. And these guys have,
Yes, sir.
I want to say 2K range on them. Yeah, they have 2K range, so I'm keeping them pretty far back. Trying to redirect my Ranger team back over into these buildings here, and then advance aggressively now that we have light tank support. Unfortunately, he was able to see this guy. Trying to keep him in the woods here. Not too happy with my sniper, so he's launching 81s at him.
Direct
And the Rangers are back in the building, can see these land shoots and out in the open.
Highway's hit.
But my
Let's get out of
M76 is
here.
getting into position. Gets an HE shell off, so firing, unveiling his position Really need to kill these LVF because they're just spotting everything I've got back here. Tiger's firing at these Rangers.
Medic!
So we got
Let's get that
less than
hell out
5
here.
minutes remaining in Phase B. We're at a 15-9. Loader gets knocked out by the 76. And it's going to be hard to do anything to get through his frontal armor at 125 millimeters. So I'm putting smoke in. And you guys can do this to try to bait these guys to come in closer. And if they get in close enough, you can get through the front. And here comes the Nebelwerfers again. He probably was, yeah, probably right there where I said I've got my stuff too bunched up. There's not really a lot of great hiding places for me. We got very lucky. My 1919 makes it out. My M5, I used the retreat command, make that out. Howitzer still up, not fully suppressed. And my Rangers are here shooting at the Landschützen. And I'm just trying to smoke him out. Rangers do get destroyed by those 88 shells. M5 here holding down the road. And I have a 4th mortar in here as well. So moving the heavy machine gun into this position. Remember, we had the spotters here. We do take out a 7/2. I don't know if that was us or these T-34s. I think it was the T-34. And now we've got 82 mil support. 1919's firing away at these Landschützen, and more recon cars coming in. If he gets down here, he's going to get nuked by a 37 mil AP shell, though. So I've got Bofors coming in. You saw that 129 that continued to come in, so I want to take care of him. And then I've got assault groups. These guys are, you can only get in Phase B, can't get an A, which seems a bit odd that the assault teams would come in not in Phase A. Not sure the decision on that one.
We have men down!
But they have a 50 cal on their trucks, so gonna try and bring them forward, clear out the town here. Bofors now in position.
Guns primed and
In
ready.
terms of mortar, you got 15 mortars here, and 5 here, so we got 20 shells left. But I do have this 105, just chipping away at guys. Not sure how that guy's in range. He's just out of it. He's at like 2100, but he's still firing at it.
We've got casualties!
So, last of my LMG teams coming in, bringing in some 1919s, just trying to reinforce things down here. Got an M10. I brought them back here. I'm trying to hide these guys, just in case that we get this,
We're out of shells!
get that Tiger to come forward here. I am not worried about these T-34s at all. Those are 41s too.
He's burning!
Worried about the Tiger. So I'm just kind of keeping these guys at the 2K range. So I've got my assault infantry in here, and I moved my leader up from the forest, getting a 1919 in. Unfortunately, our historic church was destroyed. This M5 lands direct hit on the first shot here, but out of view. And here comes in more Nebelwerfer fire.
We're hit!
Just trying to hit my M10 tank destroyer, but I just think he's too far. My snipers do get nuked down here. I'm not sure what killed him.
We're hit!
So I have both early and late rifles teams. The late ones cost more. I brought those in trucks. The early ones are cheaper,
Under fire!
so I brought them in half tracks at 30 cals.
Medic!
So I think they're both 30 points to me. So everybody's staying alive right now unless there's a direct hit
Get down,
by
it's gonna blow!
one of these Nebelwerfer rounds. And we come out unscathed. I have moved in. I'm moving in another tank destroyer team over here. We've got an M8.
Gunner. Medic.
And I'm moving up my M10, who should be firing at this T-34 now. More assault group coming forward. Gets a penetration on the first shot. Misses the M8. Oh, we miss in return. Hopefully he doesn't blow it up here. And he is destroyed. So, more and more assault teams coming in. We've got just a few Germans left in the town. And our left flank can spot them as well. And try to go a bit aggressive here.
We're under fire.
Spot at 7/2.
Another one bites the
I
dust.
eject everybody out. Just a T-34 over here. And then I just start
I
popping
need a
smoke
bandolier. Who's got a bandolier?
because of that T-34. So that these guys just don't get absolutely nuked. And then I load them back in the trucks and back off. Oh, that's kind of funny. So I've got a couple teams over here. T-34 taking fire from this M10. Gets another penetration.
We're under fire.
Misses on the second shot. This guy's nowhere near, though. He's so suppressed.
On the mark.
And we nuke him. Trying to hit my half-tracks back here that are sitting in reserve. Either that or this M5.
Got them.
So, start moving them up. We've wiped out the town with our Rangers and Assault group. And now that I've got an M4, I'm going to start walking these guys up. This guy's taking fire from somewhere, but didn't see it. So, still got an M10 back here to cover our right flank.
Enemy spotted.
Moving these guys forward. I think I forgot about this one because he was out of my vision. I was in too close.
We're under fire. We've used
And
up our
we've managed to push into the woods here. And it's unfortunate these guys don't have... They don't really have... Like, there's nothing on them that's explosive or shoots far away. 50 cal spotting that 81. I'm moving one team up trying to get the town, but
It's dangerous
there
here.
are a lot of vehicles over here and they do nuke him. Two trucks fighting each other here. Manages to get him pushed off,
It's dangerous here.
but we've got a ton of enemy equipment here that's just bunched up for some reason, so
Shooting, Gunner.
his assault teams, he's out of smoke too, so I can't save him. He's just gone. So we'll see if we get any 81s on these guys who, I don't know, it's weird that they're all sitting here together. Nope.
Medic.
So I do have an M4 I'm going to move up to try and support them, and then I'm moving my rifles teams in. And that M8 spot. We're just away from that flag, and then we've got this one over here. Now, if you guys looked at the board, it's a 12-12 now, so they've managed to push back.
Nice shooting, Gunner.
We take out a half-track, but the M8 is destroyed. Take out two half-tracks, another 50 cal here. He's getting fired on from this tank that's just in this
Good hit.
ambush position that's hard for us to get at without getting destroyed because he's in so close.
We've used up all our ammo, sir.
Another car coming in here. And we're a bit bunched up in this roadway here. M4 is destroyed by that tank, so again, can't use any distance to protect himself with the frontal armor. And they're still barely hanging on over here, but it was a Panzer IV who is now starting to retreat because he was getting mortared. So we're in Phase C,
Ryan, get down.
and the 50-point Hellcats are coming in. These things are awesome.
Thanks, sir.
The same gun as the M10. They're like super fast, and they cost almost half. So I like the Hellcat. Again, I find it kind of weird that the fastest vehicle in the deck comes in Phase C, but it is what it is. The M10's coming first for some reason. Seems like the slower M10 will come in second. They've got 75 mils up front, which is a lot. These guys probably have like 30, 20. Yeah, so they're a glass cannon, but they're so fast. Another Panzer IV coming in. Looks like we have some infantry in the town trying to hold it now. First shot off that Hellcat goes right through this vehicle. He's trying to turn around here.
Protect the gun. We're out of AP, sir.
Oh, gets a penetration on the Panzer IV. 50 kills just firing at the 251. And the Panzer IV is destroyed by the Hellcat. Trying to get demo teams up too. These guys are expensive, but they have tons of really good equipment. The Rangers leaders walking in, bringing in some 1919s, got a bunch of them. I know everybody likes the 50 cals, but I prefer the cheaper stuff I can call in a lot of because it's always the long game and these 10 versus 10. I mean, most of them go like 50 minutes, so I'd rather have more equipment than the best equipment because you're typically going to lose a lot of stuff to artillery. So we do take out his leader. We've got his commander back here too, so if we can get him, that'll be huge. We're going to bail out on the Panzer IV because we've got our Hellcats coming in. We're just going to nuke this whole area.
We're being overrun.
But they are shelling us, and we do lose a Hellcat, I think, to an 81mm shell.
We're under fire.
So we can take another one out.
This is our source.
And another, the M10 is destroyed by the Panzer IV.
We're being overrun.
Demo team gets not pushed down by this Panzer IV.
We're under fire.
Truck getting shot at. Panzer IV is destroyed. I do have a M5 in here too. And we've got this flag. We're taking IG-33 fire though. It takes out our demo team. Oh, that's a big bummer. You guys are pricey. Almost as much as the Hellcat.
It's dangerous here.
So because I think I want unvetted,
Yes, sir.
I think I get 9 of these.
We're being overrun.
Yeah, that guy's in a great position to prevent our advance here. My Marauders managed to get in. He can't see the M5, so all his reinforcements should get destroyed. Pioneers firing at the M3 over here, and the 1919. This guy's gonna get chewed up or pushed back. 81's firing. We've got one Hellcat left back here, and I brought in an M4A1 Rhino, which should be very hard for the enemy to destroy. Got an M8 here spotting as well. He has to push off his IG-33. And that 81's gonna die for sure. So, looks like very weak over here in the left flank. I've got a Hellcat over here. Remember, these guys have 2K range. One of my half-tracks is destroyed over here. We destroy that Panzer IV. There's another Panzer IV. He's just out of visibility at this M5, so I'm going to move him so we can see him. He's firing at the M8, which I should be moving. And now he's trying to mortar my position over here.
Medic. We're suppressed.
M8 in range. Was for a second, but he is destroyed by the leader. But the Hellcat and the M5 gun starting to fire at the Panzer IV, and he's shooting the Rhino, which is huge for us because I know he's not getting through that.
Enemy spotted. We're dead.
Hellcat taking fire from these Panzer IVs on the right flank. We do take out the leader over here. Hellcat a little too suppressed to land rounds.
Back, back, back.
And we do destroy one, but he does get scared and he does start falling back. Unfortunately, he gets hammered. We got a 150 gun carrier coming in, firing away at the M5, and he is immediately killed. But does he take out my leader? Oh, he takes out one man. He wanted that M18. So I'm moving up this M10, the M8, and the M18 to spot what's in here. Again, I forgot about this guy back here. And then I'm trying to move all the rest of my equipment forward. I've got a couple more Shermans I'm bringing up for infantry support. We've captured this flag and this flag. We're at a 15-9, 7 minutes to go.
Baby, sir. He's burning.
And I've got my Marauders moving in to try to clear the village here. One man left in the rifles team. I need to get more infantry in there. Moving up my Rhino aggressively so that anybody coming through here is going to get hit right away. I'd like to take this flag too if we can, so we'll take 3 flags instead of 2. So we've got Cromwell's backing us up now, which I think are fairly decent for anti-infantry. They're okay. More Hellcats coming to the front line.
Baby, sir.
He's not going to be able to get anything through here at this point.
Nice shooting, gunner.
So I'm moving that M5 forward now to provide some infantry support. That IG-33 is still hiding back there. We've got a Rangers team firing at this LVF. And my M10 I forgot about is firing at him too, so I guess it's doing something useful now. Got 2 other light tanks over here just trying to mop up all this infantry. You know, for 30 points, getting 3 Brownings and some HE shells, 70 HE shells. It's not bad. I mean, they're easy to destroy, but if you're not facing any enemy AT guns or tanks, then they can be very good at killing off the enemy infantry.
We're under fire.
Andrusha firing in, gonna be some big explosions here. And the M10 is dueling with the Flak 38, who gets pushed off by the Andrusha rockets. Little John spotting the way for us. Man, look how fast these guys rip across the open field. They go so fast. 65 kilometers an hour through the dirt. Rhino spots a tank moving forward here. And more half-tracks. Actually, it's this Marauder team. Bounces the first round in the front, but I think we're in close enough. He's going to get a penetration here. And I've got a ton of tanks over here.
Nice shooting, gunner.
Takes him down, and these guys will never make it across this field. So, moving a armored platoon over here to take this flag, we take this flag.
Right through one of them.
But there is a Panzer IV here. My M10 over here is destroyed by a Tiger. We did end up destroying the Tiger, which is huge.
We're out of AP, sir.
So we almost get this flag too.
Ryan, get down. On the mark.
M5's just roaring across the farm fields here. We'll take out that Panzer over there. And I think we're going to cap this flag. So that means we've captured 1, 2, 3, and then almost 4 flags, which is huge. Team did manage to push up into the woods here and push these guys back. I am bringing in rifles teams and half-tracks because I want a little bit more protection. I've got one guy here on the ground. He's still trying to hit my M5 gun, but I don't think that's really going to help him at this point. Panzergren's getting nuked by the M5 over here, I think. Either that or these Little Johns. So we've captured this flag. There's a Panther over here fighting an IS-2. And another Panther. Ah, takes out the M5 in the first shot. Cromwell firing away. Gets penetrated.
Ryan, get down.
And now we got an FW-190 coming in. Oh, no. Oh, bummer. Takes out the Hellcat, which was the only thing that was going to stand up to this Panther. I've got another one coming in here. And the M8 is destroyed by the Panther, so he's probably going to wipe these guys over here. But it's a 17-7 now. After we captured that flag, we blow up a truck before he's able to bring him in, which is awesome. Still maintaining this. I've got my infantry up over here. Taking out these pioneers as I move these tanks up aggressively. And the whole line's move forward now. I wanted to take out this Westby, but then there was this 88 here, so it just was not worth getting all these guys killed. And if you hadn't noticed, I hadn't really brought in any artillery. I was focused on pushing the front line. M5 taking fire from a 290. Does end up getting his armor cracked. I've got a Hellcat hiding here. If that Panther comes through, he should be able to ambush him.
Enemy spotted. Be ready.
So his transmission did get damaged. I also had moved over assault teams here to protect that intersection. Move these guys back due to that flak 88. And we've got rifles teams up here, so we've firmly grasped this flag. I do have an M5 out of position that was going to go right here if we needed it. Rhino's covering this way. Panzergren's just immediately getting nuked. Look at all that machine gun fire.
Good hit. Good hit.
So we are maintaining this flag. The Panther creeps forward. What's he seeing? His air landings? And they do manage to flip it. So we're at a 16-8. I just want to see this Panther get nuked. So tell me, like, how... Okay, track's broken, but he gets him... How the heck does a tank team who's being ambushed spot and fire that fast? That's like ridiculous. Come on, Eugen, that's ridiculous. There's absolutely no way he would have gotten off a shot that fast. No way. Ten seconds to go. So we've managed to hold 1, 2, 3 flags here at the end. We had captured 4. And we did it with just mortars and infantry and a lot of tank destroyers. So, 38 minutes, 10 seconds. Take a look at the team stats here. This guy got a lot. And yeah, I doubled what I lost. M4 did really good. This was that guy hiding in the road in between the trees at the beginning, I think. Or no, this guy was at the end. It must have been because there was a flame panzer. Maybe. That 105, again, these things are great. They took out a lot of squads. M10 took out 3 T-34s. M5 took out 2 light cars. M18 Hellcat took out a ton of equipment. Look at this one. M18s are awesome. I mean, yeah, these aren't heavy tanks, but look at all that equipment. It's amazing. Another M5. This is the one I moved way up to the front lines at the end. Any reinforcements coming through, he took out. M4 got a few. The Rhino took out a couple infantry. M18 again. One of the M18s did get a side shot on a Tiger. And then M4's got infantry. In terms of losses here, that's Stalin. He took out 2 of those Ranger teams and an M10. That PAC-40 that was set up on our left flank at the beginning took out a couple. The HS-129. Tiger at the... I don't know which Tiger. This was that Tiger that was out in the field for a long time. And this is when I was making my assault at the end. That one guy hiding in that valley. 81s took out a few trucks. Panzer IV. This guy Schmidt did well. That one Panther at the end took out all my light equipment. And then that one Flak 88 I was worried about, looks like he took out a Hellcat. So I had a lot of fun in this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.